Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hi. Kenneth Walker here, Creative Community Band, Avenue I and Nostrand Avenue. Thank you.
Members of the
Hey, can you hear me?
Good night, everyone.
Actually, no, you can't. I have to plug into the stuff, so let me know when you're ready. Oh. All right, no, let me know when you're ready. I'll call the meeting to order and I'll sit at your meetings. Ready? Is videos up? All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Roderick Daly. I'm the Chair of Community Board 17, and I now call this meeting to order. I would like to have a few announcements from our Sergeant at Arms, Melanie Wilkinson, Chair Wilkinson.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Yes, peace and blessings to you all. And for those of you that may be in the space that are celebrating Ramadan, we appreciate you for being here and understand if you may need to step out when it's time to break fast. Very quickly, just to reiterate what I said just a few moments ago, we are trialing continually some new practices in an effort to make the meeting experience, both in person and online, much better, much more cohesive. So please note the signs that are around the borders of the rows where you are currently sitting in. Anyone that's representing an elected official or mayoral agency or government body should be seated in these first few rows up here, starting with the second row. The sign should help notate accordingly. If you intend to speak in the space today as a representative of a business or an organization or additional agency, you may please sit on this side of the room, which would be audience right, behind where elected and agency officials are sitting. All community board members, please be seated in the first few rows in the front. Get to know each other if you haven't seen each other in a little while or don't even know who you all are. And lastly, for members of the public, we would kindly ask if you could sit in these back rows in the middle section behind where community board members are seated. If there were to be overflow, this side of the room could be occupied, but this is just so that everyone can be able to be seen and streamlined. And please do note with the chair that with the online experience, we will be introducing the timer system once again during specific meeting portions. Please do adhere to the time constraints that will be playing on the screen when you may be speaking. Elected officials and agency members will typically have anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and members of the public will typically have about 3 minutes worth of time to speak. Those instructions will be reiterated when it's time. Mr. Chair?
All right, thank you very much. With the permission of the community, I would like to change up the order a little bit for today, and maybe I'll think about when we go to the executive word to make an official change in terms of the order of the meeting. I would like to start with the committee reports to begin. So can I get, I know we don't have quorum, but for the people who are here, and that's one of the reasons why I want to make the change as well. So for all the board members who are here, can I get your permission to change the order up to start with the committee reports? And I know that I still have to interrupt myself because all the committee chairs are not here. Can I just get by show of hands for approval of changing the order just for the community board members who are here? There are a couple committee board members who did not vote. Any nays? That's a nay? Dr. Renaud, are you saying nay or are you saying? Oh, I got you. Any nays? Any abstentions? Okay. At this time, I would like to start with our committee reports. So budget chair, you're always first. And I think you can also refer to the thing in the back as well. Yeah, go ahead. We're not voting on it. You could just refer to it. Yeah, turn it on. Yeah. Just turn on the mic. Right here. You want to use the podium?
Okay, good evening, everybody. For the budget report, later on in this meeting, the community board members will be voting on our letter of comment for the FY26 budget priorities and requests. Copies were emailed to the board members and they're available in the back. I'll reserve any more comments till the time of the vote.
Okay, thank you. Commerce? Miss Farah, did you check that thing for me? You texted me. All right, thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hassan Bakradi, Commerce Committee Chair. I'll try to make this really brief. We have scheduled for tomorrow 2 on-site visits, one with Lips Cafe and one with Aunts and Uncles at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. respectively. We were actually having to reschedule this from Monday's scheduled meeting, but they weren't available, so we're rescheduling that for tomorrow. So any our Commerce Committee members who will be attending should be on that on-site visit. And the purpose of that is obviously to find out what some of the pain points are from the business owners and certainly ways that we could help support them in their efforts. We needed to also push back the business networking breakfast that was scheduled to be in March 26th to April. The reason why is that we got the approval for April a bit late, which put some pressure on our vendors who were sponsoring the breakfast. They couldn't meet the time, so we're looking to reschedule in April, which will probably be towards the end of the month, and we're thinking April 30th is a month as well. We're starting to work on the Sumptuous Sampler event in June of this year. Some of you guys have experienced that before. You know what that is, along with East Flatbush Restaurant Week. We're also trying to figure out, or at least have some initial discussions on a small business expo for the community as well. And hopefully we'll get that done. We're looking at May as a possible date. We'll be partnering with the mayor's office as well as Councilmember Farrell Lewis on that, if we can get that all sorted out. We had to reschedule the 2 walkthroughs that we had for for February, because of inclement weather. So we're rescheduling both of those. The one on Avenue D will be on March 26th. And that goes from Avenue D, it'll go from Farragut Road all the way down to Church on Avenue D. And the second one on April 2nd will be from Church Avenue, starting at Church and Utica, all the way down to East 43rd. So those are the 2 dates as well. Okay. And I think the time that we were doing it was 2 p.m. So we'll keep you abreast of that. Other than that, that's all I have for right now. But thank you guys so much for your kind attention. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for the Commerce Chair? All right, see none. Was that a question? No. Okay. Youth and Education is not here. She asked to be excused. Just a couple of reminders for the Youth and Education, since I serve on that committee. Just a reminder, we are looking at the youth happening. And so we're still looking for us. So if you know somebody near you that has a daycare, and they're interested in participating in youth happening, they get free lunch, free entertainment, rock climbing, sports for the day for them to come out and enjoy themselves. Please do call the board. I think Ms. Farah, you're the lead person for the youth happening, the staff member, correct? So you can call the office 718-430-3072, or your organization, if you have an organization that is interested in participating in the event, and you'd like to be a sponsor, donor, whatever the case is, it works solely on donation. Also, they're looking to have a form of Cops and Kids this spring. So please let them know what your thoughts are. They meet every second Wednesday of every month. Thank you very much. We'll move to Housing and Block Association.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carol Renaud, Chair of Housing and Block Association. Last meeting was held on March 5th, and Brooklyn Level Up was our guest. They had a really important initiative that's still ongoing, and we have a copy of this newsletter in the back. I'm going to ask that you get a copy just to see how you can support this initiative. And I believe Ms. Martinez will be speaking a little bit more on that as well. The next meeting is April 2nd. It is an online meeting. We're going to ask that you join us online. If you don't have our Zoom, please contact the community board, and we're going to add you. We will have a representative from HUD who will be presenting on a shower bus. Now, this bus is to help the unhoused in our community. If you join that meeting, you're going to be able to get much more information on it. We're also going to have someone from the Department of Buildings. We have Ophelia Phipps. We have a lot of construction going on in the community, and our members, we have a lot of questions. The Housing Committee will be collaborating with NHS on 2 important initiatives. The first one will be a real estate conference, which will be on May 2nd at Medgar Evers. Please join us. The second one will be a housing resource fair, which will be June 7th at Brooklyn College. Again, all of this information is in the newsletter in the back. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out to us, Housing and Block Association at cb17.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would like to call upon Land Use, Chair Afray.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah. On March 6th, the Land Use Committee meeting held our monthly meeting. The primary focus of that discussion was to discuss a permit request from D. Costello, which we mentioned in the previous months, a business located on 1481 Troy Avenue. The attendees to this meeting were community residents. There was our committee members, Councilmember Farrell Lewis's was present and her representative, our Assembly member Monique Chandler Waterman, and her representatives, local CBO, Brooklyn Level Up, and several representatives from the business themselves. The key points to the meeting were to focus in on or zero in on community outreach. We made some corrections for how some things were publicated and shared regarding of how their community outreach didn't really land in the necessary places to inform residents of what was actually coming. The outcome of the meeting was a clearer explanation of what they're actually requesting for the permit and a roadmap of what developed for them to get to this point to actually need this permit. A commitment was actually made to organize a facility tour to show their operations and to explain the proposed changes in real time. These dates are being formulated and will be distributed for everybody to make a request so we can organize a list to do the community walkthrough to the facility. Just look out for those dates when they show up. We also wanted to touch on the tax lien sale, which I believe is dated for May 20th, excuse me. A list has been distributed now. I haven't gotten a formulated list yet, but it does have several zip codes. I think the number was 700 and so in our neighborhood that could be affected by the potential lien sale that's coming in the future. So reach out to our committee, also reach out to Brooklyn Level Up, who's also, spearheading the Boots on the Ground initiative to try to get out to the members to notify them of what's to come. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for the land use chair? Seeing none. We'll move on to our public safety is not here. Our parks and beautification.
Good evening all. My name is Berlotte Antoine. I'm the chair for the Parks and Beautification Committee. On March 4th, we had a presentation on plant poison prevention with the New York City Department of Health, the Poison Control Center. If you suspect anyone with food plant poisoning, please call 800-222-122 just to report that. On March 7th, we had a meeting with representative from the Office of Council Member Chris Banks to talk about capital improvement for Railroad Park and other activities that we can do in that park. Chair Daly and other representatives were present at this meeting. We will keep you posted on any new developments. Our next meeting will be on April 1st. You're all invited. That will be on WebEx. You can go to the website of CB17 to have the link for our meeting. On April 12th, we will partner with the Office of Council Member Farrah Lewis at Portergate Park for a family fun. I think Danielle is here. He will talk more about that. But if you want to know more about it at the next meeting, we'll have more information on that. The annual Park and Beautification Committee event will be on August 16. At this time, we will have a plant swap on that day. So when we come to the next meeting, we'll talk more about how you can be involved. You bring your plant and you have a new plant to go home to. We will start back with the park cleanup starting in May. If you have a school or a community center that you would like to partner with us for park cleanup, let us know. I will be sitting here. You can reach out to me. Our member, Linda Turner, lost a daughter. If you know her, please reach out and express your condolences. Once again, thank you. And if you have questions for me, I will be sitting here. I will take your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Antoine. Are there any questions to Parks and Beautification? Any questions? Seeing none, we will move to Sanitation, is Mr. Hill here? Okay. Parks and beautification, just did parks and beautification, sanitation. Social services. Oh, no, she's not here. She's excused. Personnel, is Ms. Graham here yet? Postal services. Ms. Stevens.
Hello, Committee Board 17. I am the liaison between Post Office and the Committee Board. My name is Kenneth Westcott. I've been driving around checking the different post offices, and there's no bad news, there's no good news. Everything seems to be working normal. Hopefully it will continue for the summer. That's about my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any questions? All right, you can see me in front if there's any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our Director of Communications is not here. Did the Chair of Sanitation come in yet? No? Okay. All right. I would like to now move to my report. So hello, everyone. Just a reminder, I think our Sergeant On did go over some ground rules, but for those of you who are coming in after, please remember, when you're speaking, only address the chair. You're allowed to speak for 2 minutes on any one issue. So please, when you get up, please speak 2 minutes. If you want to rebut something, you get one opportunity to do so, and you'll have 1 minute. Also, please respect all the members of the board and the community at large, and all conversations, whether you're upset or not, must remain positive and not personal, but directly to the issue and not to the person relaying the issue. All right. So unfortunately, we tried several times to have quorum. I think we're heading that way right now. I'm not sure what the number is. We're going to continue when we do attendance to find out whether or not we have the quorum to address the issues on hand regarding some license that we had to vote on that we did not get quorum to do so. So we're hoping tonight we'll have quorum to vote on those licenses. Now, importantly, we will not be discussing the license that we discussed at the emergency meeting, at the commerce meeting, and at the last meeting, right? We're not going to be discussing unless there's something really burning that needs to be discussed, not to really repush the issue, not to elongate the meeting. And so we'll just be talking about the new license that are in front of us for us to vote on. Just as a reminder, we had a union meeting with personnel chair, myself, Ms. Frazier. I don't see the personnel chair here, but regarding Ms. Lyons. And so her probation has been extended for 1 year to allow for her to show great improvement with attendance. So we have extended her probation I have extended her probation for 1 year. And then we also given her the opportunity to work through some of the kinks in terms of some of the issues that she has had over the last few years at the board, and hopefully show some level of significant improvement. We had several meetings regarding downstate, of which I was a part of. The last one was March 3rd. So the most important, couple of important things that come out of that, which are reiteration, $750 million towards the improvement of downstate. Well, close to $1 billion to be more precise. 100 million over the last couple of years, and now $750 million towards the improvement. They're still looking for more suggestions, more things on ways to improve it. One of the big thing was staffing, infrastructure. Those are two important things, and access for people to have better care overall. Right? So we always talk about the importance of customer service. A patient doesn't wait, and so forth and so forth. But if you have strong suggestion, please feel free. I'm going to try to get the person who is a community liaison person, Claire Patterson-Mona, to try to get her at our next meeting or even at our social services meeting, so that you might have questions and comments that she can bring to the DCAB, or the Downstate Community Advisory Board. So as everyone should know by now, our treasurer, JL James, is no longer, she has stepped down. She was scheduled for her oath hearing the Friday before she stepped down. And I just want to say that a couple of things with that, and one of them I'm going to address after this. But one of them, now that everybody know that we have now 47 members on the board, so quorum has now become 24 as opposed to 25. So 47 divided by 2 is 23.5, and then one more, 24, that would give us the quorum. That's how we come to the number of 24 for quorum. Also, I just want to address one very simple thing. I understand that there's been a number of things that went out to the community. Some of it were violations of the bylaws, but many of the things that were discussed, sent out, were just straight false. They were not true. And that what I like to let everybody know is that, as they say, fact check. A lot of the meetings, just like this one, is recorded. So the information that is there is recorded, and you can go back and check the recording for any information. If you need to find out how to get it, do a FOIA request, and you go back. You could ask Ms. Frazier, and that would answer some of your questions, or you can call. You can either call me, call the board, send an email, but put it in writing. That's what I ask people to do. Put things in writing so you get answers in writing, so you have something to relate to. The other point with Ms. James stepping down, we needed to have a treasurer, and the bylaws allow me to appoint a person for the executive board, all positions obviously except for the chair, and I've appointed Daniel McCabe. Stand. Please welcome Mr. McCabe. He is now our interim acting treasurer, and next month we'll have to have an official meeting once we have quorum, right? To have an official meeting, official vote, not official meeting, official vote. And for whoever wants to, the floor will be open for anybody who's interested in running for treasurer for that position, including Mr. McCabe, if after 1 month he wants to stay. So we're still working on the move. As I did see Ms. Lewis on. I did see her, right? She's right there. So she could come up and give that report. We're still working on that. There's some issues. Well, she'll talk about it. Very important, summarizing. It is very important for all board members, right? If you have young people, summarizing is up. It's basically free camp. You know, camp nowadays with all the things that we have to pay for, gasoline, rent, everything that's going up, you get a free camp to send your kids to, and they will learn. They get free food, whatever. Free learning all day. Please apply for summarizing. And if they get in, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be their local school. It could be a school close by. Okay, so please do that. This is Women's History Month. And so we're almost coming to the end of it. And so before I do that, I would like all of the women on the executive board to please stand and be recognized. All of the females on the executive board, Miss, please stand. We don't have two today, but please. I feel like I'm missing a couple. All right, Miss Khadijah's not here, right? Ramadan. Chair Oni's not here as well. Yeah, okay. So, and thank you. The other thing is in the newsletter, a few of these ladies will be recognized. So please do sign up for the newsletter. And also hint, ladies, you didn't send in your bio. So hint, slight hint. Please send in your bio so that it could go out in the newsletter. All right. We have approximately seven applications for the position of community associates. Our deadline is Monday, March 31st. Hopefully I have the date right, but that deadline. So if you know somebody who wants to apply, please do so. I would like to recognize two people who are sitting in the audience today. The first one is Mr. Larry Pampalone. Mr. Larry Pampalone, please stand. Mr. Pampalone is a long outstanding member of our Community Board 17. And I think you also were you also the secretary, the treasurer as well? One of those capacities as well, correct? Yes. All right. And also would like to recognize Carl Cesar. Where is Carl? Please stand. Carl is our chair of our neighboring Community Board 14, Carl Cesar. Yes, Miss Frazier, did I miss somebody? Oh, Miss Aiken, where are you? I'm so sorry. Where did Miss Aiken go? I sit here. Where did she go? Miss Aiken, right? Also a long-standing, outstanding member of the board. Yes, you're raising your hand? You're raising your hand or no? Okay. All right. Reminder, the executive members, just the last note, this is from the Sergeant at Arms, and if I didn't, she'll beat me up because she's the Sergeant at Arms, and that is to remind all executive members to please submit your reports so that they can go out beforehand, so that they can actually go into newsletter, so that the board can read them and the community can read them, see what's going on, while we move the board forward so they can be part of your committee as well, to know that you're doing work. So please, this part is from me. Please submit those reports. The goal is to move our community forward. And it's not just coming to meeting, but hearing what's going on in the community. A lot of times we're still hearing, where's the community board? What are they doing? And we're doing some great stuff at Community Board 17. So let's keep that up, get it out there. Thank you very much. With that being said, our district manager's report. Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any questions for me as the chair? Seeing none, our district manager's report.
Hello, everyone. I missed you guys last month. I wasn't here. I had to take care of some very important business. So good evening. I am so happy to see so many of you out here this evening. I know our agenda is lengthy, so I'll be very brief. As the chair said, this is Women's History Month, and I believe every day is Women Her Story. However, this month was set aside to honor and celebrate individuals who have contributed to our society in different capacity through their leadership, advocacy, and service. A special honor was given to one of our own, Dr. Carol Renaud, the chairperson of our Parks and Beautification Committee. She was honored by Assemblymember Rodney Bichat Hermelin at the 9th Women of Distinction Awards ceremony. An honor well deserved, Dr. Renaud. as you continue to inspire future generations through your resilience and dedication to community service. I encourage ongoing efforts to uplift and support women in all sectors, ensuring their voices are heard and contributions acknowledged. The chair went into details regarding the hiring. The hire will help us to further strengthen our engagement and our outreach efforts as we aim to improve communication, build stronger community relationships, and enhance support for local initiatives. Our newsletter is currently in circulation. You need to sign up. I'm telling you, you're missing out. You really need to sign up for our community newsletter. And I encourage all of our community partners, businesses, and organizations to submit relevant information, your success stories to us, and any upcoming events. The newsletter will definitely serve as a platform to highlight community achievements, provide important resources, and also to foster a greater sense of unity between the community board and our partners. And submission can be sent by email to our CB17 email, bk17@cb.nyc.gov, or through our designated online platform. We do have our website. Go to our website, please, or call the board's office and submit 718-434-3072. Our ADM, Ms. Farr, is doing a phenomenal job. I'm really happy that the board made such a good choice in choosing her to assist in the office. Chairperson's planning to host activities this summer. It's important that you complete the budgetary request form and submit to the office before the deadline. No exceptions. We must adhere to the city's policies and procedures as it pertains to purchases. So if you're planning to have an activity this summer, any committee chair, please submit your form. And finally, I would like to address the disparaging emails and, the disruption of the meeting over the past 3 or 4 months regarding an issue. I did prepare a statement. I want to make sure that, the integrity and the professionalism of the board is upheld. And in response to everything that happened, I did file an EEO complaint to ensure that our workplace fairness, dignity, and respect are upheld. And so it is essential that we move forward as a board with a commitment to transparency, accountability, and professionalism. And I urge all members to focus on constructive dialogue, collaboration, and solutions that can really benefit our community as a whole. The distraction takes away. When we come here, we want to do what's right for our community. So thank you all. The statement is on the back, in the back. Feel free to take a copy. I know for the past couple of months, the meetings have been disrupted. You're hearing the district manager this, the district manager that. I was being accused of using the board's funds illegally. So please take a statement. I am ready to protect my name and my integrity. I thank you all for the support over the months. I wasn't free to talk about this due to the legal process, which is ongoing, I must say. But I was approved to prepare that statement tonight. So thank you all for your time, and let's work together, community residents and members of CB17. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Oh, wait, don't move. Don't move, don't move, don't move. Make sure they know. Are there any questions for the district manager before she steps down? Are there any questions for the district manager? Okay, see none?
Thank you.
Please take a seat. All right, we'll go, the agency report. I heard something. Is that a talking in the back? No? Okay. Deputy Inspector Kosak.
Thank you. Please do note the timer on the screen. It'll be set for 5 minutes.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So just to
Deputy Inspector.
give you a quick recap on where crime has stood over the last month since we last convened. For the previous 28 days, we've had an overall reduction in crime of 3%. So far for the year, we're just about finishing the first quarter. We're at a 10% decrease in overall crime. But just some of the categories where we've seen an increase in the last month. And this seems to be for one of the categories in the category of rape. This is a citywide trend. It seems to be an increase in reporting. So for the previous month, we've seen an 80%, I'm sorry, not an 80%. We've seen an increase within that. 80% of those are domestic or acquaintance related incidents. We've also had an increase in robberies over the previous 28 days, a 21% increase, which on its face seems to be a large increase. We are down in robberies though, overall 8% for the year. For the previous month, last week particularly, we had a tremendous increase in robberies. Half of those were domestic in nature. Now, when I've been to previous meetings, I mentioned last year, we started to see an increase in felony assaults, and those were predominantly driven by, again, domestic incidents in nature. We're seeing that as opposed to categorized as felony assaults, we're seeing that categorization in robbery. So essentially, if you are having a disagreement with your intimate partner, your sibling, whatever it might be, if you say take their phone after you injure them, we're going to classify that as a robbery. So we're seeing about 50% of our robberies attributed to domestic violence incidents. We're not seeing as many street robberies right now. We've seen a downward trend so far there. We saw a spike in the beginning of the year, juvenile, youth-related along that Utica Avenue corridor after school. Believe it or not, around the precinct, we had a little bit of an issue going on there. Three separate patterns, all of which have been closed out to arrests. We've also had an increase in grand larcenies, so that's any theft over $1,000. We've had a 20% increase over the previous month. We are down 10% for the year, though. Now, those grand larcenies, we've had a bit of a spike in car break-ins. Again, oddly enough, around the precinct is where we've seen that increase. We've actually had a few cops' cars broken into as well. Not police cars, but cops' personal autos. Two separate individuals were doing these robberies, some window smashes, some just going along and kind of handle surfing on the cars and getting lucky for cars that are unlocked. Two of those individuals have been arrested. One of them actually pled guilty today and is going to be incarcerated for a few months. So we should see a downward trend in that sector of the precinct. The other bulk of the grand larcenies are different scams. Somebody intercepting your credit card when you've ordered a new one, someone accessing your bank account, someone calling you and pretending to be someone else and getting you to transfer money via Zelle or Cash App. So, just be mindful of those scams. I know we're in tax season. We have another month to go. That's another issue that we'll see over the next few months. It typically starts to spike where your tax checks get intercepted. So if you can, please direct deposit and hopefully we can stay away from that and you can get your refunds that I know myself, I desperately wanted. I'm sure you do as well. Overall, though, decreases. We've had decrease in homicides for the past month. Felony assaults are down 15%. Burglaries are down 21%. Car thefts are down 37%. We had started to see a little bit of spike when we had that dip in temperature about 2-3 weeks ago. Everyone, and rightfully so, leaving their cars running as they're waiting to go to work or go to school, and just opportunistic jumping in, grabbing the car, and going for a little joyride. Most of those cars were otherwise were recovered. I know a topic that always comes up pretty much every time I'm here. The event space Lotus Lounge over on East 49th Street and Farragut Road. I know it's a conversation I not only have while I'm standing here, but I have it in the back before I do leave. I know I'm sure anyone that lives in and around that area has seen an uptick in police presence. So we hear your concerns. We're monitoring the location. We're doing enforcement on the exterior of that. We have a court date. I'm not going to make any guarantees for what's going to come from that because that's not going to be from the police department. But we have a court date next month, middle of April. So I hopefully will have some idea when I'm standing here next month as to where we stand. I'm not going to say it'll be resolved in the middle of April. It's going to be up to the judge. It may get, it may go on to another court date depending on what the requests are from us or what the plans to make agreements with the location are. But we do have that filed with the courts and hopefully we'll come to a resolution in that area for the residents. Any questions for me?
Right here. Several. I'm sorry, you had your hand up? Somebody over here. Stand up and come to the mic behind Ms. Villante, please.
Okay. We think there was a shooting on Utica and Farragut over this past weekend.
So we took,
Can you
yeah,
confirm that?
yeah, we classify as shots fired. So basically fortunately, nobody was struck with it, but somebody did shoot a firearm.
Uh,
11,
Connected to that?
there's an event space that's a little bit off of that intersection over by Clarendon. We believe it's under investigation still.
That Kings and Queens you're talking about?
Yes, yeah, it
Okay.
seems to be there's some notable incidents coming from that location recently, after hours
Not the-
parties, they're not shutting down at 4 o'clock. It seems like they're opening more so close to that time, and it's running till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. If you do live in that area, something that I thought was surprising about that location is typically we track these locations based on data. Farragut, I get a ton of 311s on that, not necessarily in the time that it's operational, but it puts it on our radar if we don't happen to drive by it that night, although it's kind of in the rounds. There's almost no complaints for 1163 Utica. So if you live in that area, even if you're giving us the intersection, you're seeing noise complaints, it kind of gives us an idea of what time it's occurring. All right, but you're going to see an increase in the officers. going by.
That shooting might have been related to that.
I think it's stemming from people leaving the location, whether it's a dispute after the fact, yeah.
Okay, thank
But
you.
again, it's still under investigation.
First Vice Chair Prasad.
Good evening, First Vice Chair Prasad. Deputy Inspector, mine is more of a comment. I joined the Run Club. Today was my first day. I did 1.5 miles, and P.O. Neil asked me to share it with the community. They meet every Wednesday at 5 o'clock at the precinct, and they run for an hour. If I could do it, so can you guys. I just wanted to share that with you.
So I'll be honest, I haven't gone out with them yet, and I run, and I don't run fast, but I run.
I don't.
And it's young kids going out, so I keep saying, and I've said it at many meetings, maybe here, I'm afraid of getting outrun by the young men on the team. I'm assuming most 17-year-olds could outrun me, right?
Depends, yes.
But
It
you
was
think I can keep up?
a little, I run a little, walk a little, run.
Okay, all right, maybe in the next, now that it's warm, maybe I'll come out for it.
Okay, thank you.
You make me feel better on that.
Are you allowed to walk though? That's.
It's sometimes she's saying she can, yeah. So we'll go for a stroll together, a nice fast-paced walk.
Go ahead. State your name for the record as well.
Dr. Donna McLean Grant. I don't know if you can.
A little louder, Doctor.
Dr. Donna McLean Grant, and I don't know if you can speak to this, but I was inquiring about the closure of, or the prohibition of youths being allowed into Target without their, parents.
Yeah, so that's
Or
actually,
guardian.
that's over in the junction, right? And I think they
Yes.
also had a McDonald's, and I'm just getting that out of the
And
post.
McDonald's as well.
That falls onto the Seminole side. Honestly, I read in the newspaper, I don't want to speak on something I'm not familiar with. None of our locations, as far as I know, within the precinct have it, we don't have a Target. Our McDonald's have not implemented that yet. I really couldn't speak on it, that it's right off our border. So I do know that that's in effect, but I couldn't give you much information on that. I apologize. If you want to touch base in the back with my NCO Sergeant or Community Affairs, they could probably link you with somebody from the Seminole precinct that could answer some of those questions for you, if we just get your contact. Okay?
All right, so that was the final question. If you have any questions for the Deputy Inspector, please see her in the back to take any questions. And in honor of Women's History Month, congratulations. Sir.
I wasn't lingering around for that, but my NCO Sergeant Urain is going to be in the back as well. So even after I leave, he should be lingering around a bit. Just if you want to touch base with him, contact information for any questions. All right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you very much. Any other agency? Any other, step on up. What? Oh, library. Come on up. Doctor, you can just go to the back. Sure. Go ahead. They're waiting for you.
Greetings, everybody. My name is John Huth. I'm the manager at the East Flatbush branch of the Brooklyn Public Library, and I just wanted to let you know about a couple of our programs coming up. At the Rugby Library, they're going to be having a spring program called Blossom and Create on April 12th. People who are looking to connect with services for immigrants or new Americans should come by the East Flatbush branch from 2 to 4 p.m. They can talk to somebody who can help them with immigration issues that they might need assistance with. Adult Domino Tournament, Thursday, April 3rd at the East Flatbush branch. Start Your Own Podcast, Monday, April
Wait,
14th.
did you just say dominoes? I just want to make sure that's what you said.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we got a prize too.
What time is Domino's?
prize.
I just want to know, what time is Domino's? I'm sorry I interrupted you, but what time
Yeah,
is
6 to 7:30. Your chances aren't good, bro. There's a lot of domino.
Domino's? Yeah, all right, we'll see.
And if you want to start a podcast too, 3 to 5:30 on Monday, Writing Circle on Monday, March 10th from 4 to 5, and Story Time 11 to 12 on Friday and Saturday. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
March 10th. I might actually have to take you up on the domino. This is 6. So wait, it's only Thursdays for the dominoes though? I have my radio show at the same time. All right, maybe I need to come show something. Somebody's threatening me, especially the person to my right keeps threatening me. I don't know. Oh yeah, she beat me in Aruba and she won't let me live it down. I've forgotten just one thing in my report. This Saturday.
Thank you.
Is the ceremony. Never mind. Natasha's here, so she'll talk about that on your report. Ms. Nusan, do you want to come up and give a report on what's the update on the housing? If you want to do that, please. Is there any other chair that just walked in? And by the way, we're short 2 board members. So if you know a friend, phone a friend. We're short 2 board members right now to have a quorum. I really don't want to push all of our people back another month.
Really quickly on the move for the new CB17 office, the owner of the proposed property has changed representatives, which means new brokers, and the brokers are working on a plan for a new office space. So the confirmation on the plan is pending. That's all.
All right, thank you. All right, what's the location? Did you tell them the location, please?
Pending location is 2700 Church Avenue.
All right. Again, we're short 2 members, right? I know that this month, about 5 members called out because this is Ramadan this month. And I think, Nushin, the final day is next Saturday, the 29th, so next week, Saturday, right? Will be the last day. So again, we need 2 members. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Any other agency? Any other agency? Seeing none, community session. Again, here you have 2 minutes, community session. Community session.
Point of order, if I may articulate, the community session microphone is at the front here. So if you are interested to speak or share anything regarding an update you would like for the public to know, please come up to this microphone behind this young lady right here. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Allison Martinez, Founding Executive Director of Brooklyn Level Up. We're a community development corporation that serves East Flatbush, Flatbush, and Flatlands. I want to talk to you about 3 things. First, and most importantly right now, we are working to save our homes. In CB17 alone, there are over 1,100 homes and other properties that are on the New York City lien sale, which is coming up on May 20th. We are working to do door knocking to make sure that these property owners get their properties off the list before their liens are sold to a private trust, which will then put it on the market, add additional fees, and make it even harder for people to get current with their property and water taxes, property taxes and water liens. So you can come to the Clarendon Branch Library for the following Saturdays from 12 to 3, which would be March 22nd this Saturday, April 12th, April 19th, May 3rd, May 10th, and May 17th. All actions have to be taken by May 19th to get your property off the lien sale list. It also includes churches who have properties on that list. So these are community assets that we have to work together to protect. So if you want to volunteer, do door knocking, or come out and help get people fill out the applications, you can talk to me or email info@bklvlup.org. Also, Saturday, March 29th, we are in partnership with East Flatbush Community Partnership and the CEC to host a civic engagement workshop, which will have art, food distribution as well, which we really hope you'll come out to. It's a good time, especially in the environment we're living in, for people to get engaged. And lastly, just wanted to let you know that we were one of 5 organizations to be granted $20,000 from Brooklyn Org, which was a sub-grant that they received from the National Grid Foundation to provide funding to senior homeowners in our community who were struggling with heat costs, high heat costs this winter. We distributed $250 to 80 homeowners in our community. Some people even cried over it, but it was an opportunity for us to let people get some relief over some of the utility costs over this winter. So just to let you know that, and please stay in touch if you want to know more about the work we do. Thank you.
Wait. Don't leave. Couple of questions. One first from the first vice chair, and then from me. Do you have a question, ma'am? Okay, thank you. Just do me a favor, step forward so Sergeant, can you bring her that additional mic so she can ask questions? So she's going to use that mic. So can you bring her that mic?
The lien sale is happening on May 20th of this year.
All right. Guy, first vice
60-day
chair, your
notices
question.
just went out, so people have basically a month to get off of it.
Hi, Ms. Martinez. Do you have an update on that soil testing that was done in the community? Because I
Yes.
never got results.
You'll have them. We actually have our students are putting together the final reports.
Okay,
We have like over 200 samples, but I will tell you,
no problem.
the reality is like mid to high levels were found in a lot of the soil.
All right.
But you'll be getting them within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Quick question. I don't know if you said it, but you said I know, which I didn't know if you said it or not, but I know you and I have spoken about it, whether or not you said it, it's up here still. How would a person know, or maybe like, how would a person know if you're on the lien? How would they know? And how can they check?
So the Department of Finance sends a 90-day, a 60-day, a 30-day, and a 10-day notice to your home or your property. And the challenge is sometimes if it's an absentee owner where the tenants are living there, they may not get the notice to the owner. But the reality is you can also go online at the Department of Finance website, nyc.gov. And you can / lien sale, and you will see if you're on the list or not.
Thank you. One of the things I would just want to add for a lot of people, some of us in here, the younger, we might be a little bit more savvy, but please look at your parents, your uncles, your grandparent, those people who, like I made fun of one of my family member who never reads a text message. Right? They don't read the messages. They don't want to be bothered. So you please check with them. I do strongly believe in generational wealth is something that she and I, Ms. Martinez, and I have spoken a lot about. And if you believe in generational wealth, this is a great opportunity for you to support those family members in need. So don't just think of yourself, think of your family member, your neighbor, and so forth and so forth.
And that's why we're having that in person at Clarendon branch of the library, 2035 Notion for those Saturdays, because we know people will need help filling out those applications. We do them on site, and then I scan them and send them where they need to go.
And also, we live in a Caribbean community. We don't like to talk. We don't like to say nothing when we're in a problem until it's too late.
And nothing is secret about our house.
Okay, we got to learn that. You have a quick question? I'll take the two. Sorry, Member Bellin first. I remember. Please ask a question quickly.
Income limit.
State your name for the record.
Celia Bellin, board member. For the grants for the utility assistance, is there an income limit?
There was it was geared towards low and middle income residents or homeowners. We've distributed those funds. However, there are 4 other organizations that do still have funds left. And you can follow up with me and I can tell you which ones still have funding available. And everyone got to decide how they were distributing their funds. Everyone did it differently.
Thank you.
Just, she had her hand up. I'm giving an opportunity to ask her a question. Please state your name as well for the record.
Good evening, everyone. Venancia Colon. My question is, you gave a number of 1,100. Is that in the District 17?
CB 17 alone has over 1,100 properties. In the areas we serve of East Flatbush, Flatbush, and Flatlands, 2,700 properties. The city, 29,972 properties are on the lien sale list. So this is, think about all of those properties potentially having their lien sold, and if they're not able to pay, being foreclosed on and sold. That's a huge transfer of wealth.
All right.
Good evening, J.L. James, former board member. For those of you who don't know, I'm no longer on the board, but I just wanted to celebrate my over 20 years of service on this board, especially since I can point to specific things I did, accomplishments I did when I was on this board. We're all excited about the Shirley Chisholm Center. When the board had voted it down, I had to knock on 25 members' doors in the cold to ask them to reconsider. And today we're excited to have the Shirley Chisholm Center. Thank you very much. Even the fact that when the construction manager was given the contracts to people who don't look like us, it took my efforts to bring to the city's attention to make it happen. And so all those Black contractors and minority contractors who got contracts, it was because of my efforts. I can even point to the hotel on Utica Avenue. When it was presented to the board was very, oh, by the way, I also want to thank very much Councilwoman Farah Lucy's office, because when I brought it to her attention, she just jumped on it and took over. I had to step out. So I thank you very much because of you really just were really instrumental with this, and Daniel as well. I can point to the Utica hotel on Utica. When it was brought to the board was very skeptical. And I kept saying we are embarrassing ourselves by being concerned about having a hotel, the first hotel in our district. And it was because of my efforts and advocating that the hotel was there. And by the way, I don't know the owner. I didn't get any mattress. I had nothing involved, but I knew that we needed to have a hotel in our district. And there's so many other things I can point to on the board, even when this is open today, because when the land use committee had voted down to extend the hours, and the owner said they couldn't survive with it, it was not my efforts. So I say all this to say, I'm still going to continue to work for the community. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still committed to it. I will be more effective as a non-member, but I can assure you, I'm going to keep fighting to end the corruption and the lies that are being constantly told to board members, because that's not right. I want to thank the many of you who worked with me and made things happen. And just know I'm still committed to my community. Thank you.
Good evening, all. My name is George Tate, and I'm here representing Brooklyn-wide Interagency Council for the Aging, which is the Brooklyn arm of the statewide Senior Action Council. I'm here to invite you all, anyone 60 and over, to our next meeting. We meet the fourth Wednesday of every month at Borough Hall at 10 o'clock in the morning. What we do, we advocate for the seniors throughout the state. They help with the Medicare issues, any medical issues that you have, Social Security. They have different presentations. This coming Wednesday will be the Women's Month celebration. So I invite especially the women, if they could come out and celebrate with us. And I do not have copies of the invitation. However, if you look at the CB17 newsletter that's coming out tomorrow, you will have the invitation there for the next meeting and the following meetings. Also, there will be, you'll see an invitation to the different advocates programs that they have on Zoom. So you could take a look at that, and if it's, they are very interested and knowledgeable people. Okay, finally, I was gonna say, like we are also having a petition for Governor Hochul to restore some funding that she wanted to take away from the senior program through all the states. So with the permit, I'm asking for the permission of the chairperson, if I could pass along so that people could sign, because we would like to take as many signatures from all over the state to her, so she could restore $125 million to the senior program throughout the state. Thank you. If anyone have any question, I'll be right over here. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, everybody. I feel funny talking to everybody like that. How y'all doing? We're finally 3 days away from our grand opening, which is Saturday at 11 o'clock. I am from the Yard. I am Natasha Estiva, the director. My lovely team is in the audience. We are very excited for our grand opening, which is 11 o'clock at 3521 Church Avenue, right on the corner of Brooklyn. We'll also be recognizing Mr. Roderick Daly. He is named after our conference room, and we have 2 other individuals from the community that are named, that 2 other areas are named after. We have some amazing speakers. We'll be giving a lot of recognition. And we also have 12 events that are planned and coming up. Tonight, we put some flyers in the back. Feel free to register. Everything is absolutely free. We ask that our community members do not go in their pockets for anything. We provide food, drinks, refreshments, and resources. Our doors will officially open on Monday. We're welcoming the whole entire community. Come in, take a tour, sit down, have a cup of coffee, watch TV, use the computer, utilize our children's space. And we also have a free trip to Donny Park, but there's a catch. You must attend 3 events, whether it's virtual or in person, in order to get a free ride to Donny Park, free entry, a free meal, and unlimited drinks at the park, and a $25 gift card to buy whatever you want at the park. So we encourage you to encourage the youth to participate in our events. Seniors, we have lots of events coming for you guys. We have a Savvy Tech class coming up, and we'll also be going out to other locations doing that Savvy Tech class. And just check us out on Instagram and come by. We've been in there day in and day out, trying to get ready. And also, we wanted to let you guys know that the Rising Ground TRC Center, Trauma Recovery Center, has finally opened today. They had their grand opening, and it was amazing. Please feel free to visit them as well. They have free counseling for children who have suffered from any trauma, whether it's losing a parent, a hit and run, or even witnessing a shooting. So please utilize that service. I'm Natasha Estiva. Email us at eastflatbushfec@risingground.org. And if you have any questions, ask them now, please.
I have 2. One, what time is that event on Saturday?
It starts at 11, but the ceremony starts at 12.
All right. The second event is, you talk about Dorney Park, but you didn't tell us when it is.
Dorney Park is June 6th. And in order to go, like I said, there's a catch. We have 12 events that's scheduled until the end of May, but you can also come by and just vibe with us, and we'll count it as a credit as well. And we're letting the teens go up until the age of 17 by themselves. Between 16 and 17, they can come on the bus by themselves, but anybody else must be monitored by an adult 18 or over.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so the Yard is a home-like space, so it's not your typical conventional community center. There's not a bunch of rooms. It's open. You walk in, it looks like you're walking into a large living room space with a kitchen area. We have a washer and dryer for the community. We have 2 days that we will set aside for the community to come in and wash their clothes, dry their clothes. We provide the soap and the fabric softener. There's a folding table, and they have lockers to put their personals in while they're washing clothes. And we provide resources, not services. So you could come in, we'll give you the resources for anything you want. And also, we are not allowed to take demographics. So if you want to write your nickname down when you come in, it's fine by us, because we want you to feel as safe as possible, because it's a really safe space. Any other questions?
All right, thank you. Any
Thank you. Have a
questions,
good-
please, here in the back? Other community? Other community? We have another 2 minutes left in the session, so there are two people, right? So,
Sure, this will be our final question in this section.
no, well, no, your community, right? Not a question.
Yeah, community.
Yeah, and then one more.
Okay, yes, second to
Go ahead.
last.
Okay, hello. Hi, my name is Chad Lopez. It's a little bit of a shameless plug, but I am a local real estate agent. I've been living in the community for about 15 years. I'm also a property manager as well. I bring that up because I think my experience has been able to help a lot of homeowners help with tenant issues, repairs. I know tons of great gentlemen who do all types of repairs. I know it's a Caribbean community, so we all got that uncle who does drywall. I understand that. But, you know, if you ever need any services, especially when it comes to like HPD issues, please give me a call. I have my business cards in the back. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh, the biggest thing too is, and the reason I've been coming to these board meetings is that I've been blessed to do real estate in different parts of the city, but I've never really been able to do much work in my own community. So I would love to help people that, you know, look like me and live in the same neighborhood. And lastly, that lien sale that she's talking about is very, 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 very important to help people if they do not understand how that works. So if you do not know how that works, I think that's a very important resource to check out. As a real estate agent, I work with investors who, hate to say it, are a little predatory on those situations. But the reality is, if you don't take care of your taxes, you can lose your home. Simple as that. We don't need people losing our homes in our neighborhoods, okay? All right.
Go ahead. Thank you. Good point.
Final speaker for community session.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much. Happy New Evening, everyone. How you doing? All right, good. My name is Sabrina J. Lewis. I am a program manager at Haitian Centers Council. I just want you all to know that we have the Be Well community where you can come on out and let us know if you need any assistance mentally. We're here for you. We have Fit BK classes every Thursdays. It's free, 7 p.m. I have a bunch of paperwork in my hands and also on the table in the back. And I'm just showing you what it looks like in case you want to grab some items, okay? If you want to contact us for any reasons, we have a bunch of new programs that's starting just to further support the community with mental health services and support services for the LGBT community and more. My phone number, our office phone number is 718-922, I'm sorry, 718-940-2200. And my email address, because usually people ask when I'm running out the door, is askLewis@hccinc.org. Thank you to all of our community leaders who makes our programming possible. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. All right, that ends the community session. If you have any questions or comment, please feel free to see Ms. Frazier, our district manager, or our assistant district manager in the back to support any other community needs that you might or might not have. All right, with that being said, we'll open up the legislative session. I know we have 2 legislators in the audience, and I want to confirm if there are 2 online. I know the Assemblymember Waterman is here, but I did see 41st. I don't know if the council member is here as well. I'm not sure. So we're going to start with the Assemblymember Waterman. Yeah, I know, I see him. So we're going to start with Assemblymember Waterman.
Hello, good night. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, happy Women's History Month. I want to thank you to community board members, community board 17 members, chair. Thank you so much, Daly, for your hard work and leadership, district manager, and all.
They're saying you need to speak a little more into the mic.
Oh, okay. So I said thank you so much to community board 17 board members, including yourself, chair, and to district manager. I'm New York State Assembly member Monique Chandler Waterman, representing in this Assembly District 58. So as you currently in Albany on legislative session, we just was able to propose a $256.5 billion budget to the governor, which I will go over a little bit later. Dalton Robinson, he is in the house. He's my special assistant. He's just coming from Account Like Visual. So this, a couple of updates. This past weekend, we hosted our 3rd annual Vital Voice meet that's led by the youth. So youth was able to display their business, a small business, entrepreneurship, and they was able to get small business support as well. And it was also a job fair. So we would be doing another job fair on April 4th with the Congressman Jeffries at Hess at 9502 Seaview Avenue between 10 and 2. So there should be flyers there for that. Update also on the Coastal project. As we know, several community members, including Community Board 17, had issues with the project over there on Troy Avenue as it posed possible threat to human health. So myself, I led the charge with New York State DC meeting, along with my colleagues, Councilmember Farrah Lewis, Assemblymember Yeager, and Senator Parker. We had a meeting last week. We're looking forward to having the tour with Community Board 17 and the community stakeholders and DC and the Coastal staff to go over the issues and concerns as we move away forward. And as you know, we are in total support of the community members. We have some upcoming events. We are in partnership with Department of Finance and Neighborhood Housing Services, and we will be doing a property tax lien sale March 21st and April 25th from 10 to 1, along with Brooklyn Level Up, as we also will be doing door-to-door with Allison and her team. We have Housing Thursday still, so we will still be supporting with Screech Re, Section 8 tenant rights, and of course, also more support when it comes to the tax lien. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We have a parent-teachers check-in 5 to 7 every Friday, and we will have our upcoming public safety town hall meeting we do as we work towards a safe summer, so stay tuned for that. Just to give you a couple of updates on what we proposed in the budget, was $85 million for New York State Office of Gun Violence Prevention to support nonprofits on the ground as they fight gun violence, and also to make sure impacted areas get the support needed. Myself and Senator Myrie, we introduced legislation to make sure that it's a permanent Office of Gun Violence Prevention. As we know, when Trump came in office, he got rid of the White House. $1 billion to Downstate Hospital to make sure that we're going to continue advocating for more investments. So I want to shout out to Senator Cunningham and Senator Myrie as we fight that charge, and all the community members. And there'll be another public safety public hearing with that as well. $100 million for after-school programs that we also propose, and $22 million for mental health services with nonprofit response. Of course, this is direct funding opportunities that proposed by the community members themselves, some of you in the room, but there's other big items that we did participate in. So I just also want to edify, we have introduced legislation to expand Office of Victim Services to make sure that they're supporting our victims with gun violence, especially in other forms of violence. And no family should ever be told that they got to clean up the blood of their loved ones. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're also going to add the word injured to mass shooting bill. And when it comes to, as we discussed before, with Robert Brooks and Carrier's Law, we introduced that it's the duty for officers to intervene if police officers are being excessive and in their arrest. We also just want to continue edifying that we are going to continue taking legislation as we go through the session of January to June. And I just want to edify that I did receive a complaint about an application that's going to be on the docket today. We have several block associations that did complain about a cannabis shop that will be opening Legacy Lifestyle Cannabis LLC retail dispensary on premises 5901 and 5910 Church Avenue. And as you know, our office take all these concerns seriously. We work with the community for a path forward. We want to make sure that everybody is happy in this situation, but I just wanted to put that up. I'm not sure if there's community members here in objection to this. I'm not sure if they did reach out, but they did reach out to the community board, but they did reach out to our office. So I just wanted to make sure I edify this in this space. And I believe that's the end of my report. There will be flyers distributed by Dalton Robinson, who's there in person, but I did definitely want to bring my greetings. Happy Women's History Month, and thank you so much for all the hard work you're doing. And I appreciate this time to speak. Thank you. I don't know if there's any questions that is we're doing at this time. So, Chair, if you could just let me know. Hello? I'm sorry, if anybody's speaking, I can't hear. I'm assuming there's no, sorry.
Yeah, there's no question right there. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Councilmember Farah Lewis, representing Council District 45. Happy Women's History Month. I'd also like to thank Chair Daly and the executive team and all board members for participating this evening. We appreciate it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share some key updates with everyone as our office works diligently, and Daniel Heredia is here from my office. First, I want to recognize and thank community board members Melanie Wilkerson and Kwame for their leadership and ongoing discussions regarding the coastal waste transfer station. I want to thank you both for just keeping the community informed and keeping this moving forward. Last week, my colleagues and I met with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, and we seek to ensure that the developer is held accountable and fully engages the community before moving forward. My office has also hosted a series of lien sale outreach workshops in all 4 corners of the district to assist home and property owners with mediating any issues. So if anyone has questions regarding the lien sale, my staffer, Daniel Heredia, is here, and he could further support you with information of upcoming lien sale workshops that we're hosting, or to assist you with identifying if you fall within the parameters of the lien sale. I definitely welcome Brooklyn Level Up to collaborate with our office if that's something that you're open to working together, as this impacts a large portion of Black and Brown constituents within CD45, but Community Board 17 as a whole. There were 873 properties on the 90-day list in my district, and 84 owners have resolved their liens through our efforts. We have 789 still that we're trying to reach out to address their liens. So open to working with you, Allison, and your team. We have an upcoming site walkthrough this month with community board members as well as PS 109 and local stakeholders regarding the coastal. So we hope that you all can come out and support the efforts there. Tonight, I met with residents of Flatbush Gardens to address some issues happening at the property, particularly in regards to public safety. So if you live in Flatbush Gardens and have additional concerns, myself or Daniel could take those cases to make sure that we address it with the property owner. I'm also excited to share the progress on the Shirley Chisholm Recreation Center, which is now 75% complete and on track to open this fall. This, as you know, is a major development for District 45, providing much needed space for recreation, wellness, and community programming. We look forward to all of you coming to the ribbon cutting this fall. Last month, I invited Commissioner Gross from Small Business Services to Utica and the Nostrand corridors of District 45 to meet with business owners so that she can help address some of the disparities that businesses are encountering in CD17 and different things that they're experiencing. So I want to thank her for coming out and for addressing a lot of the sanitation issues that are happening in our corridors in East Flatbush. I want to thank Hassan Bakradine, Chair of the Commerce Committee, for hosting a walkthrough on Avenue D. We met with business owners along with Brooklyn Chamber to address some of the issues happening on the Avenue D corridor. We conducted a survey on what Black and Brown businesses are experiencing economically due to inflation. Last but not least, it was just brought up the new policy with Target and McDonald's. I'm not sure which community board member mentioned it, but just want to make you aware that both Target and McDonald's are owner operated and not corporate operated at the Flatbush Junction. This policy was put in place because of ongoing assaults that employees are experiencing from young customers or just defiant kids coming in. It also resulted in an employee dying after being assaulted on the job. So this is why the property owner implemented the policy. And it's unfortunate because the person that died was very young. So we are trying to meet with both property owners. This policy is at the McDonald's on Ocean Avenue in District 45, McDonald's on Snyder and Flatbush, and Target at the Junction. So, and this issue is not only happening in our area, we're also hearing same cases happening in the Bronx. And finally, just wanted to just quickly share some events that we have coming up. We have our Women's History Month event coming up next week. Look forward to seeing folks there. Hope you can make yourselves available. We're also hosting a media and podcast class at Clarendon Library. Very happy that it's open and available to all of you to host any events that you need. We're hosting a free tree giveaway at Clarendon Library in April and hope that you could come by. If you want a tree for your property and want to put it in your backyard, you can feel free to come by. And for April, for Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we're hosting our annual Take Back the Day. Look forward to seeing you all there, and our Menstrual Hygiene Day in May. If anybody has any questions, I am here to provide answers. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions? Are there any questions for the council member? See none, Councilmember Banks?
Good night, everyone. My name is Councilman Chris Banks, and I'm the representative for the 42nd Council District. Just wanted to say happy Women's History Month to all the ladies in the house. Raise your hand. And to our past, our future, we just obviously want to take the time to recognize those who have paved the way for us and made it possible for me to be in the New York City Council. Also, too, I want to give a round of applause for the executive board, for all the community board members who continuously, day in and day out, are making their business to stay involved and engaged in their community. That definitely deserves a round of applause, because when you care about your community and you understand the need to make sure we're protecting it and we're doing what's right, this is the time, this is the energy that's needed. Also, too, want to talk about real briefly the meeting we had with the Parks Committee and some of the executive board members dealing with the Railroad Park. And we talked about the need, obviously, to keep the heat up, to make sure the proper investments are made, the capital investments are made in that particular park. Obviously, we have numbers, we have close to, I think, $20 million is needed to, of capital investment that's needed into that park. So we're working, we've been having conversations with the finance department, with the council, and I believe also Congressman Jeffries also made a commitment to assist. So we're working together to bring together a coalition to address that need. I know it's been a lingering issue with that particular park, and it's my commitment to make sure that we get the proper capital investment into that park to meet the needs and desires of the community. Also, too, we want to thank all those organizations who submitted for discretionary funding. We got a host of organizations throughout the 42nd Council District who have submitted, and obviously we're doing our due diligence to make sure that they meet up with the priorities of the 42nd Council District. And I'm also, too, let me give a shout out to my Deputy Chief of Staff, Kyle, who's a spearhead in that with my Chief of Staff and our Councilmatic fellow liaison. We also are hosting a non-for-profit conference that's taking place on March 27th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be at the Hope City Church located at 369 New Lots Avenue. And it's going to be, we're going to focus obviously on capacity building, a host of issues that our nonprofits are facing and have been facing for years. So hopefully we're going to bring a group of nonprofits together so they could begin to start speaking with each other and having those needed conversations that are needed. Also, too, we're having our Women's History Month event, which is also taking place on the same day in the evening time on March 22nd from 2 to 6 at the Penn Workman Community Center, located at 895 Pennsylvania Avenue. And we also, too, I just want to, I know there's been some contention around the Legacy Cannabis LLC project in my part of the district, which is 5901 Church Avenue. And then I also believe that, which is, I think, the Mitsubishi a lot. And also, I believe there's also a proposal for a cannabis application, I believe, at 5910 Church Avenue, which is in my colleague's district, Councilmember Darlene Mealy. As for my district, we obviously we support the direction of whatever the community wants, first and foremost. And we want to make sure that this is a bottom-up approach when it comes to making these decisions. And we want the community board to hear from community residents and take those comments into consideration when approving these sorts of applications. I always say, if you know, when you're talking about these type of entities being placed in our community, we need to have conversations with the folks who are local, who are most close to that particular location. So we're looking forward to having that ongoing conversation. And hopefully at the end, the will and the desires of the community is met first, not any other interests, but the community first. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Councilmember Banks. Are there any questions for him? He doesn't come very often, so please take advantage of that. But we welcome you. Yeah. No. I wanted him to take advantage that you're here. We appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. Is there a representative? That would be you, Portia. Please step forward to the mic. Thank you. I couldn't understand Chair Daly's handwriting.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Portia Edwards. I'm the District Director for State Senator Zelnor Myri's office. Happy Women's History Month. Congratulations to all of us because we make history. Just wanted to give a quick update. Yesterday, we had our second annual Central Brooklyn Job Fair in collaboration with Department of Labor and other elected officials as well. It was very, very well attended. We had over 1,600 attendees come into the library for the event yesterday. We were able to serve 1,100 job seekers we had over 30 job providers at the event. So it was a very good event. It was from 10 to 2 yesterday at the Brooklyn Public Library at Grand Army Plaza. Just wanted to bring those good informations about the last upcoming events. We are having a community resource event happening in April. And so it's towards the end of April. So at the next meeting, next month's meeting, I'll give you full details, but it's going to also be in a partnership with Councilmember Rita Joseph's office. Our office is located at 1077 Nostrand Avenue. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. My email is p.edwards@nysenate.gov and our office number is 718-284-4700. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to our office. I just wanted to make a point to mention about the lien sales. The young man who spoke in the community session said it very clearly. Our properties are being stolen in this session, right? This is how it starts. When we're late, how you get a lien on your property is when you're late on your bills, right? On your water bill, on your tax bill, those kinds of things. When those bills are not paid and not up to date, they will put a lien on your property. And so it is very, very, very important that we make clear to our community members, anyone you know, check to see if you're on that list, and there is help for you. The Department of Finance does set up payment arrangements. A lot of the other offices, our office will be doing a few lien sale events as well. We just don't have those dates available right now. But a lot of the offices are going to be doing lien sale events. Please check with the offices to see what days those things are. DEP comes out, Department of Finance comes out, or most of the agencies come out to sit down and actually do hands-on work with you to set up payment arrangements so that you can get your property off of that list. So just wanted to make that very clear, make sure that the community knows that these are very important things. And these are unfortunately legitimate ways on how our properties are being stolen right underneath us because we have liens on our property. So let's take care of each other. Let's make sure we mention these things to our neighbors. Again, if you guys need anything from Senator Myrie's office, my name is Portia. I'm the district director, and you can always reach out to us. I'm gonna say the number one more time, 718-284-4700. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you, Portia. Pierre?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, greetings, Chair Roderick Abdaly and executive officers, district managers, Sheriff Fraser, community board members, elected officials who are here, and the representative, and of course the 67th precinct leadership who was here earlier. The mayor sends his regards. He could not be here today, but I came on his behalf. I do want to say happy Ramadan, and also to happy Women's Month. Of course, every one of us is here because of a woman, and a man, but the women play a big part of this. So I want to, congratulate all the women who are here and everything that you're doing. In addition to that, too, I would like to say, too, the mayor's office has been working on the Every Black Count initiative, where they will focus on an area maybe that have had high crime needs. And we've been seeing some progress in the 73rd precinct and the community in Brownsville, where they will bring agencies to the area, and then, they will focus on several blocks that had issues. They would come, they would clean, they will do different initiatives, and then I think the fact that things are change, it's been bringing some positive feedback, and there's been reducing crime. So there's a positive trend because of this initiative. So they're gonna be doing this more, and they're gonna be putting more efforts toward this as well, too. And as it pertains to the tax lien, I do visit several other community boards, and it's an issue that's, of course, throughout the whole city. One of the things I would say is, in my capacity when I used to work on campaigns, you have to treat this as a campaign. You have to not only door knock, but you have to call, just like there's a list of voters, and just like, for example, elected officials, when they're running, they do have access to platforms that give them, the phone numbers and the places of these people. The Department of Finance have an Excel sheet online where you can actually pinpoint down to your own community. I think a combination of, getting the phone numbers, going door knocking is what's going to make this happen. If we don't actually stand up and do something now, then, other people with more money and means are going to come in and, and then buy up these properties. So this is the time to actually do something, everyone should be going out there. Everyone should be going out there trying to get a hold of these people. Some of them don't know that, this is happening, and some of them may think that there's no way to actually, do something about it. But the Department of Finance, for example, is providing no money down payments, 10% down payments, low payments. So there are, and other organizations are also helping too. So I know we do speak a lot of Black and brown communities being affected by this. This is true, but it also means that, we have to do something about it, and we have to, scream at, at the top of our lungs if we have to, but, go to these communities and talk to these people to make sure that this doesn't happen. And I have more to say, but, at the very least, I wanted to say this tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Andreen Williams is online. Joshua? Adrian? Adrian. I didn't mean to say Andreen, sorry. Can't even read my whole handwriting. Let me make it for my left-handed writing. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ayana Williams. I'm the Chief of Staff for Councilmember Darlene Mealy.
Sorry,
It's fine. It's fine. It's late.
that's not my fault, by the way.
It's
That
okay.
one is not me.
It's okay. It's okay. Couple of quick announcements. I'll start with our monthly Community Advisory Board meeting. This particular month is going to be held on a Sunday as opposed to a Saturday. We're trying to make sure that we can reach out to all of our constituents. So twice a year, we do it on a Sunday. So this time it will be with Women's History in mind. It's going to be on Sunday, March 30th at the Brooklyn Children's Museum, which is at 145 Brooklyn Avenue at 11 o'clock until 12:30 p.m. Our regularly scheduled programs are on Mondays. We have 2 immigration attorneys that come in from CUNY. You can always call our office to make an appointment, and that number is 718-953-3097. We're located at 400 Rockaway Avenue in Brownsville. Additionally, on Tuesdays, we have a housing specialist that comes to our office that addresses existing housing issues. He's not an attorney. He just helps you address existing housing issues. Every second and fourth Wednesday, we have a representative that comes to help you set up an account and teach you how to navigate the Housing Connect system so that people can participate in the housing lotteries and secure new apartments. Again, if you have any constituent issues with any city agencies, it doesn't matter what level of government. If we don't do it ourselves, we can definitely refer you to someone who can get the job done. Again, our number is 718-953-3097, and we're located at 400 Rockaway Avenue in Brownsville. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Stevenson? Are there any other elected official representative here? For some reason, Ms. Stevenson, please do not take it personal. Because your name didn't come on my top list right there.
Always call me last. It's okay.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone, community board members, elected officials, executives of CB17. My name is Bianca Stevenson. I'm here representing Borough President Antonio Reynoso. Just have a few quick announcements. Main one being the Borough President is inviting you to his State of the Borough address. That's this flyer here. We have it in the back. It's going to be not too far from here at Boys and Girls High School, and that is April the 10th. Please join the Borough President there. The doors open at 6 p.m. and the program begins at 7 p.m. Ongoing is free tax prep. There's also there's flyers for everything back there from the Borough President. And this is going on until April 9th. If you have incomes between $65,000 or less for a single person, or $93,000 or less with dependents, you can have free tax prep at Borough Hall. Also, constituent services at Cotillo Library is ongoing until Monday, March the 12th. There's a deed theft workshop, prevention workshop on the 25th of March. So that's also going to have, that's in conjunction with, that's at Restoration Plaza. And utilities, customer service pop-up, that's on the 3rd of the 26th. And that's in conjunction with Councilmember Rita Joseph. There's a flyer for that as well. And on the 15th of April, fraud risk prevention. And again, that's a flyer for that. So that's it. And the only other thing, I know some of you all interviewed, there may be people here who interviewed for the board, Community Board 17, or some may have been called for a reapplicant interview, and you will be hearing about the results of that between the end of March and the middle of April. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, did I miss any elected official online in the audience? Are they representative? All right, I'm gonna also break protocol real fast because the 59th Street Block Association is here, and they did not know that they were supposed to speak in a community session. So I did say one representative from the block can come up and speak. So that representative, please come forward. Very briefly, you have 2 minutes. I thought we had it. Tyrone is calling. Tyrone's. Yeah. Tyrone, do me a favor, can you sign in, please, on the board member list so they can account for you being here? And Miss Frazier. I know it's here. Can you double check if Tyrone makes quorum, please? Tyrone right next to you. If he makes quorum, that's Mr. Stearns. He makes quorum? Okay. Go ahead, miss. You can go ahead. And please state your name for the record and your association with the community.
Yeah, so my name is Mariana Hospitalis. I live on 59th Street. I live blocks away from where this proposed cannabis dispensary is going to be. And so I'm representing my block association I want to voice our concerns. Assemblywoman already mentioned and our council member already mentioned we've already voiced a lot of our concerns, but I do want to highlight a couple of things that really impact us in our community. So I would say one of the things obviously is that we're concerned about, everyone has free will, they can choose to do as they please. But for this dispensary in particular, we're concerned about the fact that, where smoke shops are open, there has been a rise in, things like robberies around those smoke shops because it's a heavily cash-oriented business. And so that makes them a target, very easy target. And we've had a dispensary in our neighborhood before, and we've seen the impact of that in our community. We've had gun violence in our community because of that dispensary. And so this opening of 2 additional dispensaries in our neighborhood definitely will have an impact. And then we talked a lot about property values tonight in terms of like liens. And I would say from a property value perspective, we also believe that this will have an impact on our property values in our neighborhood. And we want to retain our properties, right? We want to retain those values. We, as a community, sitting on a lot of wealth, and we want to keep that wealth. And so we want to voice that as well. We want to ensure that our property values are maintained in our community. And then, of course, the enforcement challenges, right? This will be a strain on law enforcement to keep having to do, pass-throughs, make sure the community is safe. So we believe that this will also be a strain on law enforcement. Today, we don't have that issue because we don't have this many dispensaries, but opening 2 at the same time will definitely put a strain on law enforcement as well. And then I have young children, and I am concerned about their future, investing in this community. I want my children to stay in this community. I want them to feel safe in this community, to come back after college, after they do all, to continue to invest in our community. And so I believe for that reason, we also have to be concerned about dispensaries popping up and obviously not enhancing the public safety, the property values in our neighborhoods. So thank you so much for the opportunity to speak on this, and I hope you take our comments into consideration.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, with that being said, let me just double check. I have to do roll call, and then the minutes, all the board members should have gotten the minutes for February and November in your agenda, right? All for February and November. So we're going to vote on those after the roll call, and we're going to vote on them together. I'm trying to push time, right? So we're going to vote on them together. February, unless you have something that you want to amend in either of those 2. I see Mr. Duke, you're up, right? Wait, hold on. The reason why I only gave her permission to, your business, right? So you can speak during that moment if it becomes necessary. I understand. Wait, hold on. Because I don't want to go back and forth, right? What I'm saying is I understand this is your 3rd or 4th time. I got it, right? So at that juncture, if it needs to come up, then we have the conversation. But right now I need to push the meeting forward. And if that comes up, then let's not have a conversation. Again, when you do the voting, at that point, I will do it. I'm not saying I won't. I'm saying, can I continue with the meeting? And then when it comes to, when Chair Hassan comes up, then at that moment, I'll allow you a minute to have that conversation. But right now, let me continue with the meeting. All right. Roll call. Kwame Afrey. Tiffany Anderson. Berlat Antoine. Hassan Bakruddin. Celia Bellin. David Boatswain. Teresa Beretin. Venencia Colon. Asha Cunningham, excused. Roderick Daly, present. Herminia Daniels. Natasha Duncan. LaShawn Freeman. Thought I saw her. I did see her, right? LaShawn? Yeah. Okay. I thought I saw you. I just didn't. I was looking around. Charles Galbert. Rose Graham. Gail Grandison excused. Ronald Green excused. Michael Hill. Whitney Humphrey. Whitney Humphrey. Kevin Green. Kevin Jason, sorry. Kevin Great Jason. Doris Jones. Doris Jones. Nicole Julius. Trisha Lewison. Edith Mark. Brandon Matherin. Daniel McCabe. Donna McLean Grant, Dr. Donna McLean Grant. Jabril Morris. Fatima Muhammad excused. Khadijah Aluwo excused. Montserrat Oni excused. Kadiatu Odrago. I believe, never mind. June Prasad, Deborah Pointer, Dr. Carol Renault, Aaron Roth, Bernadette Selby. Where? Kimberly Shelley, Antoinette Smart, Tyrone Stearns, Kamara Swaby, excuse, Simone Sylvester, Heslot Torson, Marguerite Viante, Kenrick Westcott, Melanie Wilkinson, Ivor Wood. Is there any board member did not hear their name? Any board member did not hear their name? All right. So for me, please, real fast. All right. While she's doing that, I'm gonna call up. I know I said about the minutes, but I'm trying to save time. So Chair Bakruddin, please start stepping forward, and those people who are here for you to step forward, because I do believe we have quorum. So we're trying to rush through things. So all those people who are here for their license, please also step forward to the front.
Yes, good evening. Hassan Bakruddin, Chair. So Andrew McFadder from Legacy Lifestyle. Sugar to Go, are they here? Not here this evening. All right, Zaria Events. Ms. Norma.
Just Zaria, right? I just want to, yeah,
And we have Mr. Julian. Okay, great, awesome. All right, wonderful.
Where's Sugar? I thought Sugar was here.
They're not here.
Huh? No. I'm not, I'm asking the chair.
No, no, Sugared is not here. No, I don't see them. Is
Okay.
Sugared to go here? Representatives from Sugared to go? Okay. All right, so this is it. These are just the three. Now with, just as a point of clarity, obviously we have a lot of other businesses who are on the agenda, so apologies for that. But Quilluc's, Restaurant, Chase Flavors, Promise Lounge, Sam Pepper's Jerk, Chicken Express, and Kings and Queens Events Palace, pardon me, are not going to be here for voting this evening. So these are the applicants that are here. We did go through this exercise with Zaria Events, as well as Legacy Lifestyle Cannabis LLC. We went through that. I want to make sure that we, just for all of the full disclosure, the committee, the Commerce Committee, we took a vote on that, and it was 5 yes, 2 no's, and 2 abstentions. Okay, and there were two other people who did not, myself and Mr. Tate, who knows Ms. McFadder, so we didn't vote at all. But that was the recommendation where, so 5 yes, 2 no's, and 2 abstentions. All right, and for Zaria, it was Zaria was 14 yes and 2 abstentions as well. Just want to let you guys know about that. They presented before the board before. Shandu, McFadder, and Legacy Lifestyle has been coming here to this meeting for, this is about 4 times now.
Yes.
And, to no fault of their own, So we were hoping to get this resolved tonight, since we do have quorum. I don't want to have them repeat the entire presentation again, because the board has heard it before. And as well as Ms. Norma from Zaria Events as well. We do want to hear from Mr. Julian, though, from Club Julian. So you, sir, will go ahead and give your presentation to the board, if you don't mind. You have a mic? You need a mic. Can somebody get
1 second.
Thanks.
Not yet.
Yes, good evening. Yes, I'm applying for a beer, wine, and cider license for premises at 971 Rogers Avenue, between Beverly Road and Tilden. Club Julian's Inc., yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you're from, but you need to speak louder, because the meeting is being recorded, so people have to hear you. So you got to speak up. I know you have a soft voice, but
okay,
give me that strong voice.
Yes, so this is a business that I am opening as a new enterprise. In the neighborhood, really don't have much in terms of entertainment in that particular area. We do have a few businesses like beauty salons. It's Rogers Avenue. It's pretty slow over there. I'm taking a chance. They have a beauty salon, a tool rental shop. There is a event rental space a little bit down the block. And what I would call a daycare center across the street. So I'm hoping to, have a place where people can come as a mature crowd. I have a lot of old friends like myself who've been asking for something, because in the past I had something there before, and they keep pressing me to get back into the business. And so I decided to, go ahead and try to reopen something. It's a small location, and I'll be opening from Thursday to Sunday. Opening times, like from Thursday, will be like from 6 to 2 a.m. Friday from 6 to 4 a.m. Saturday the same, and Sunday from 6 to 2 a.m.
Is that it?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is that it, Mr. Julian?
Yes.
All right, great. Board members only. Are there any questions from Mr.
And the police report, by the way, before we go to board members.
Yeah, that's true. There was an incident report, but there was nothing there, the location, so there were no incidents for this new applicant.
All right. Are there any questions from the board members? Yes, go ahead.
Yes,
Well, I'm sorry, what's the location again? You said Rogers Avenue?
yes,
Between,
between Beverly Road and Tilden,
between Beverly Road and,
Tilden Avenue.
is that close to Planters Paradise across the street?
Yes, they do,
Are you across the street on the same side?
across the street. They do,
Okay, yeah, I know. I just
event,
trying to get a location.
My question was going to be open till 2 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
It may be disturbing to people to be open that late on a Sunday.
Well, that's a projected time. I'm sure it's probably going to be closing a lot. No.
The 2 a.m. is the normal business hours for lounges and and bars. Yes, 2 a.m. is normal business hours for them to open citywide. That's the law. So then it's 2 a.m. and then I guess an hour that you have to cool down and then that's it. But 2 a.m. is the legal standard.
I'm not talking about legality. I'm just talking about being concerned for neighbors.
Got you.
Yes, there will be music. The place will be soundproof, and I've had a place there in the past from 1998 to 2012. I really didn't have any problems because I control any music that's there, and even if I have a DJ coming, I don't allow people to bring in their own music. They have to use the system that's in my possession, so that way we try to keep things, as quiet as possible. For me now in doing this, it's more to deal with my people. So it's going to be a very mature crowd, and I'm looking for good behavior from my clients.
Go ahead.
Any other questions? Yes, Mr. Bellin and then Mr. Westcott. Or Mr. Westcott and then.
Yes, two questions, Westcott. How many people can this place accommodate?
Between 65 and 70, but the seating capacity would be around, I would say 40.
What about security?
I will provide security.
Thank you.
Is this location in between?
I'm sorry, are you a board member?
Yes,
Oh, what's your name?
Bernadette Selby.
Okay, hi, Ms. Selby.
Is this location in between residents, private residences?
Well, it's a mixed-use area. I think they call it a C6. So they do have residential and commercial in that area. On my block, starting from my address all the way to Tilden Avenue, it's a mixed use. We have residential upstairs and commercial stores downstairs.
Ms. Bellin, did you have a question or no? Okay, Mr. Westcott, got you. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, board members. Good.
All right. So,
yes, go ahead.
so we're going to vote on these two one time. What was the vote on the straw vote for Ms. Zaria?
Zaria was, I think, 14 yes and 2 abstentions.
Okay, so we're going to do them and then we're going to do Legacy Lounge, right? So when I call your name, yes to both, or if you're going to pull one out, abstain to one, let us know. All right. So we have Zaria and we have Club Julian. Okay, that's what we're voting on. So the committee on both of them voted yes, correct?
Yep.
So we're voting on the committee's recommendation. So if you vote yes, you agree with the committee to give them the recommendation. If you vote no, that means obviously you don't want to give them a recommendation. All right. So Kwame Frey. Thank you. Let me just, yes. Tiffany Anderson. Yes to both? Please say it loud, Berlat Antoine. Hassan Bakrdin.
Yes to both.
Celia Bellin. David Boatswain. Teresa Barretton. Venancia Colon. Ash Cunningham is excused. Let me just double check that. Absently. Roger Daly, yes to both. Herminia Daniels is absent. Natasha Duncan. To both. LaShawn Freeman. Charles Galbraith is absent. Rose Graham. Gail Grandison. Oh, excused, sorry, absent. Ronald Green, that's also absent. He's also absent, correct? Michael Hill is absent. Whitney Humphrey, absent. Kevin Jason is absent. Doris Jones. Nicole Julius, absent. Tricia Louison. Edith Mark. Brandon Matherin. Daniel McCabe.
Yes to both.
Donna McLean Grant. Jabril Morris. Fatima Muhammad. Keep writing E. Khadijah Luo. Montserrat Oni. Kadiatu. June Prasad.
Yes to vote.
Deborah Pointer. Carol Renault. Aaron Roth. Bernadette Selby. Kimberly Selby. Kimberly Shelley. Antoinette Smart. Tyrone Stearns. Kamara Swaby is absent. Simone Sylvester. Haslat Torson is absent. Margaret Viante. Kenrick Westcott. Melanie Wilkinson. And Ivor Wood is absent. Anybody in the audience did not hear their name? Okay. All right. The last one is Legacy Lounge. They were up before. Mr. Chair, please take it away.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, they came before us back in January, if I'm not mistaken, and it's an adult use dispensary. The committee, and I'll say this again, the committee had voted 5 yes, 2 no's, and 2 abstentions. Myself and Mr. George Tate did not vote because of our prior relationship with Mr. McFadder and GMAC. So that's what we have here. So tonight, we're going to be voting on the cannabis license for Legacy Lifestyle. They did present before this board quite a few times, so many of the board members already heard the presentation. I don't know if I don't think you should do it again, but if you have any comments that you want to say, or we just proceed with the vote, which I think would be all right.
Thank you. Good evening.
Evening.
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Thank you. My name is Shanduke McFadder. This is my partner, Sylvester E. Manis. We are the only 2 owners of this dispensary. And we're 2 young Black men that since we've been coming to this community board, it has drained our strength. By coming amongst our people and hear nothing but negative when we're doing everything to be positive. It's really heartbreaking. I am a founder of a nonprofit called GMAC Incorporated. That is how he knows me and others know me in this community. Back when Kamani Gray was killed by the police, we came over here and was able to bring down the violence with the youth. And we were accredited in the 67th precinct by bringing down gun violence by 30% and stopping the murders by 67%. This is a fact. You can check the data. I'm the founder who created this program that was able to bring down violence. And I'm asking community members to be mindful and not personal, to think about successes of people's life and then instead of what you don't like in your own personal thing. We were on a Zoom one time and somebody said, oh, he's been arrested. They said it in a group meeting, on the commerce meeting. I didn't even address it. It's like, why are we being attacked and we're trying to do something that's already being done? In 2021, the MRTA passed regulations allowing adult use cannabis in New York State. Currently, there are over 300 dispensaries throughout the state of New York. Currently, New York State has brought in revenue over $1 billion in tax revenue. Currently, cannabis has not been shown to bring violence to neighborhoods from legal licensed dispensaries. The young woman who came and represented the board said there were already a dispensary here. If the board voted for that dispensary, then I would like to be identified as the dispensary that the board voted for. Then why are we getting such strife if you voted for one dispensary? You didn't. That was a legal dispensary, there's a difference between a smoke shop and a licensed adult use dispensary that is ran under rules and regulations of the New York State Office of Cannabis Management, which is what we are representing. We have security, and we're not doing anything different other than taking over the one old Dunkin' Donuts on the corner of East 59th. We don't have two applications in. We have the old Dunkin' Donuts, and there's a block and lot space that's directly connected to it. There's been some errors around the address based on the landlord or the owner. We were given 5901 and 5911 or 5910, whatever it is. We're still figuring it out. Currently, we've held that space for several months. We have been paying $20,000 every month in rent already. Yes, we already submitted our application to the State Office of Cannabis Management, who approved our proximity protection after they checked and made sure that it was not next to any schools, religious places. It meets the criteria of every other dispensary that's open. There's a dispensary called Travel Agency that's downtown across the street from the Apple Store by Barclays Center that is bringing over $1 million per month. And no one over there is talking about bringing down the property value in that community in Barclay area. Two, with all due respect, if anybody knows me, I'm a truthful person. In being in violence prevention, we've walked from Juve and so many things, and every time we've come to prevent something, it was at a bar that was serving alcohol.
1 minute. So.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It was a bar that was serving alcohol, not a cannabis. Violence comes from the alcohol, but we were quick to approve alcohol. People were calm from cannabis, not high and running around and shooting, wanting to kill people and arguing off of cannabis. Two, we sell legal products that is tested and regulated. When someone comes in and purchases a legal product from our legal licensed dispensary, there's a 9% tax on every single purchase. 4% of that tax revenue goes directly back to this community. Our success brings revenue to this community board. No other business can tell you that that's what is happening when they open their doors. So I'm once again presenting this to you to say, please take the personal feelings out of this, what you don't like, how you feel about it, and think about two young black men who's talking about bringing revenue and change. And I've been bringing change into this community for many years, and I intend to continue to do so and build up this community and provide resources to nonprofits and others through the tax revenue that we're hoping to bring in. Thank you, and I hope you understand.
Mr. McFadden, I have one quick question. You said that you only have one license in. What about what I'm hearing about across the street? I just want to confirm that conversation. Please.
Yeah, so I've heard, today was actually the first time I've heard that. I don't understand where across the street is coming from. So where we're at on East 59th and Church, directly on the left of us is the big Mitsubishi dealer. Diagonally across from us.
For the area, I just want to know how many licenses you have.
Okay, so we only have one space. We don't have two, we're not applying for two different locations in East Flatbush. We have one space, one license that we're applying for, which is the big Dunkin' Donuts, but we have the block and lot space that is attached to it.
It's okay. I know the area. I just want to confirm what I'm hearing is the rumor. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll be taking the vote. Oh, is there a question? Yes, go ahead.
So the address here, 5901 and 5910, are those two locations or just one? It has two addresses, that's why.
So we didn't want to have someone, of course, we have a drive-through space, right? It's a lot of traffic. We're talking about bringing in revenue that's coming out of East Flatbush, people that's just driving through. But there's a office space that used to be the owner's office that we now have, which would be our office space that's attached to the dispensary. So there will be no cannabis use in this. This is a retail delivery, drive-through, come, go, and leave space, where we also have the block and lot space next door that is 5910 or 5911, which is an office space that will not be selling cannabis products.
All right. I think that kind of caused some of the confusion, but it's 59, because it's got to be, is it on the same side of the street or opposite side of the street? Then the numbers have to be all odd. And I think that's creating some confusion with the community.
So when we submitted to OCN, the Office of the Cannabis Management, we have submitted at 5901 and 5911.
No, but I'm saying here it says 5910.
That's obviously a typo.
So it's a typo. We just want to make sure it's on one side of the street. Okay, that's what I want to know. Yes, council member.
Two addresses. We got project at 5901 and then we got 5910 Church Avenue.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
We're trying to, yeah, I'm trying to figure out too, because that was the information I had gotten. Correct. And then 5910, it's said that that's the Mitsubishi area.
Okay, so instead of 10, it should say 11 is what you want us to know. It's on the same side.
Okay.
Okay, so it should be 11. So let us confirm, right?
Yeah, that's-
So whatever we vote on is contingent on making sure that it's 5901, 5911.
Yep.
So if we vote yes, we want to make sure that it's confirmed the address is on the same side of the street and not two locations. That's, okay, thank you.
Yes, so we can, there's more.
Is that online? Wait,
Well,
no, Kwame,
this is
I'm
all-
sorry, no, wait, hold on. I just want to hear what the board member's saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Chair Bakardine, what's the duration for the license once it's, or if it's given? What's the term length?
It's
of the
usually an
license?
annual license. I mean, that's usually what they run calendar. So in other words, if he's approved today or this month, it'll run through a year from now. Sorry. Right, well, he does, technically he does, Yeah. Right.
Very good. Thank you.
No, only board members.
Any board members that can ask a question.
All right, in essence of time, I would like to stop here. They have been to how many meetings? 3 meetings?
4.
This is the 4th?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get a vote quickly. If there are any any board member with any great objection to us moving forward, I would like to move forward. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Chair Bakardine.
Yep.
Chair Frey? Huh? All right, so again, quickly, yes is following the recommendation of the committee, which is yes. Okay? All right. Chair, I'm sorry, Chair Buckardine, Chair Frey, you said yes, correct? Uh, Member Anderson? Yes. Chair Antoine? Pardon me? Abstain? Let me see what that is, what letter that is. Abstain is A. I've changed this to A's to X's. Chair Antoine, you're recused, right? So let me just write an R, just to be correct. Member Bellin? Member Boatswain? Member Brereton? Member Cologne? Member Cunningham is absent, is excused. Member Daly, yes. Member Daniels is absent. Member Duncan? Member Freeman? Member Galbraith is absent. Member Graham? Member Grandison is absent. Member Green is absent. Member Hill is absent. Member Humphrey is absent. Member Jason is absent. Member Jones? Member Julius is absent. Member Lewison? Member Mark? Member Mutherin is absent. Matherin. Member McCabe? I'm sorry, Treasurer McCabe. Yes. Member McLean Grant? Member Mohammed is absent. Member Morris is absent. Member Alujo is absent. Chair Alujo, Chair Oni is absent. Member Odedrago is absent. First Vice Chair Prasad. Member Pointer. Member Dr. Renaud. Member Roth is absent. Member Selby. Member Shelley is absent. Shelley. Member Smart. Member Stearns. Member Swaby is absent. Member Sylvester. Member Torson is absent. Member Viante. Member Westcott. Member Wilkinson. And Member Wood is absent. I'm going to ask our first vice chair just tally up all votes, but I do believe that all of the applicants passed, but just do me a favor, just count it officially on that, all right? You know what I'm saying? So, where are we? All right, let's move on very quickly on the agenda. You can have a seat. You can have a seat. Presentation, we don't have any. Special report, board members. Just again, from on my end, playing basketball on Saturdays and Wednesdays, do come out, let me know, and let me know if you're interested. Also on Saturday, I welcome everybody to please come out and support 3521 Utica Avenue to support the co-naming of the conference center, the naming of the conference center at 3521 after Roderick F. Daley, the lounge after Curtis Nelson from Sesame Flyers, and the kitchen after Dawn Swaby, to please come out 3521, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. I would love your support on that. Any other board members with any special report? Any board members? All right. And I know March was a big birthday month. So anybody who celebrated birthday, happy birthday to any of you. I know that was a big one. That was your birthday month? Well, what day? The 10th? Oh, Pisces. The same day as my son. Actually, happy belated birthday. Unfinished business. Board members, chairs, please submit your requests for funding for any projects. Everyone else, if you did not sign up, please do so. New business. We're almost at adjournment, just waiting for the first vice chair. While I'm saying that, oh, we didn't do that. What didn't you tell me? Oh, we didn't do one thing. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody to my left didn't remind me. We didn't vote on the budget. So everybody got it. I just need you to, if you vote no, I'm just gonna assume everybody who's here is gonna vote yes, unless you tell me no, because everybody got it. In fairness of time, if you vote no, please stand up so I could know who you are and write it down. Anybody abstain from the budget? We did have a board member once who voted no on something that was on their for their block. So I don't want that to happen again. So I'm assuming everybody vote yes. Can I get a motion to adjourn? All right, not yet. Oh,
We can't adjourn.
we can't adjourn. Thank you, Chair Sergeant Ong. Thank you for everybody. The reason we're here later because of the Sergeant Ong. Go ahead, the number.
Okay, so for Club Julian, we have 23 yes, according to Chair Daly's writing.
Really though?
No, seriously, I can't understand.
No, just yes.
The other applicant, Zuran is 24 yes. And Legal Lifestyle, the cannabis application, I think that's incorrect. What he has 18 yes, 1 no, and 1 no vote. But my records indicate 20 yes, 4 no's, and 2 abstention. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so that's why I said use that. Let's come, I'll see what I did wrong. Can I get a motion? No, I'm sorry. Everybody wants to adjourn, but only one person. Chair Berlat, no, actually, no, no, put your hand down. Chair Graham did it first. Say it again. What's your name? Okay, now you can second. Chair Berlat, second. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you.
And enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, tell me what happened. Tell me what I did wrong. Okay. I remember who said no. Let's go over it. Let's go over it. Hold on, let's go over it. Everybody said yes. Nobody said no. Those are good. So the only one is this one. All right, so Antoine abstained. Just slightly older. Hassan recused himself.
Sorry, I got that there.
Okay, so these are all absent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can shut.
That's a no.
Yes, okay.
This is a no right here. So 1 no. So 1, 2,